Gary C.Clement presents Social Media Has Power.
Hi, my name is Gary C.Clement, and welcome to Social Media Has Power. In this episode, we visit an interview from 8 years ago with Bishop T.D. Jakes, who's talking about his truth. What are your thoughts about his sexuality and the issue of homosexuality in the church? And this can be seen at Huff Post Live on YouTube.com.
A question coming in from Black 185 in our digital community said, do you think, I'm assuming, the LGBT community and the black church can coexist?
Absolutely.
Let me push that question, because that's sort of an obvious yes. Church ain't turning nobody away. How should the black church and LGBT community exist?
I think it's going to be diverse from church to church. Every church has a different opinion on the issue, and every gay person is different. And I think that to speak the church, the black church or white church or any kind of church you want to call it, are all the same is totally not true. And all gay people are not the same. The types of relationships that are afforded are based on the types of people in each individual case. Yeah. And LGBTs of types and sorts have to find a household of worship that reflects what your views are and what you believe, like anybody else. And the church should have the right to have its own convictions and values. If you don't like those convictions and values, you totally disagree with it, don't try to change my house, move into your own and establish that sort of thing and find somebody who gets what you get about faith. And trust me, I've talked to enough LGBT, they are not all the same.
Oh, for sure. Any more than all Christians.
No.
But how do we, first of all, has your thinking evolved on this?
Evolved and evolving. Evolved and evolving.
Where were you and where are you?
I think that where I am is to better understand, the church bought into the myth that this was a Christian nation. And once you get past that, which a lot of people are going to criticize me because they're still going to think it's a Christian nation, which is a whole different show. Mm-hmm. But once you begin to understand that democracy and that a republic actually is designed to be an overarching system to protect our unique nuances, then we no longer look for public policy to reflect biblical ethics. If we can divide, or what you would call separation of church and state, then we can dwell together more effectively. Because atheists, agnostics, Jews, all types of people, Muslims pay into the government then cannot reflect one particular view over another just because we are the dominant group of religious people in the country, because those numbers are changing every day. We need a neutralized government that protects our right to disagree with one another and agree with one another.
For those of you who are tuning in to everything on the internet about Bishop T.D. Jakes, there's a mess going on right now, a fire that's actually brewing about homosexuality in the church. And this clip here basically sets us up for his thoughts, for Bishop T.D. Jakes' thoughts about homosexuality. Ron, what are your thoughts here?
Well, Bishop T.D. Jakes said some very interesting things concerning the church. First of all, he's saying, well, you should embrace a church that has the values that you believe in, and if that church is not your church, then you go to somebody else's church that has the values that you believe in. But basically, what the Christian belief is that there's only one value, and that's Christ and the church. And it's not a matter of having a choice of churches to go to, of what these different churches believe. That's not the whole idea of the church. All churches basically should have one main value. So I kind of disagree with T.D. Jakes on that. And he was asked, can the LGBTQ community coexist with the church? Well, according to the Bible, the church does not uphold any form of homosexuality, men being with men and women being with women. And so when you talk about coexist, how is he talking? I mean, LGBTQ community people have a right to go to church and to serve God. But does that mean that the church is going to be accepting of their practices? I don't think so. But you do have some churches out there that will uphold the homosexual, agenda. And so we do live in a democracy, and we do have many different church concepts out there. But T.D. Jakes is now going through an issue of his own concept value of the church, and with some of the activities that has taken place in his life. So maybe he might have a lighter view on the acceptance of the LGBTQ community. But I think it's a very hotbed subject to deal with. And I'm sure that there's a lot of ministers out there who would not agree with T.D. Jakes.
Gary C.Clement presents Social Media Has Power. It's created, written, and produced by Gary C.Clement for G-Tube Network Media. The background music is provided by Mr. Charles Dixon, better known as The Liberal Soul. That's D-A, Liberal, L-I-B-E-R-A-L, Soul, S-O-U-L. You can find all his music and information at n1m.com, Apple Music, and wherever you buy music. All tape segments in this podcast are from social media websites such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media websites, and given proper credit at the beginning of each episode. If you have ideas or wish to contact us, please email us at gccpresents@yahoo.com. So in everything you do, don't forget, social media has power. Copyright 2023.